Back to the EU we go. Starmer said during the general election campaign the Brexit question is dead. We have left. We're not going back in. Once again, unsurprisingly, he lied. He is taking us back into the EU. This under 30s, what they're calling mobility scheme, which is actually freedom of movement, is going to be just the prelude to having full freedom of movement all over again with the EU. They're calling it a one in, one out policy, which is bollocks and doesn't work, and I'll tell you why. Take, for example, that 10 students go from Britain to France and 10 students go from France to Britain just to do a year's gap year, do some work in restaurants and bars or whatever it might be. One of those British students decides they want to come home. They don't like France after all. What then? Is the British government going to pluck one of those French students that came over here and say, sorry, you're not welcome anymore because one of ours is coming home? No. But that would be literally what one in, one out means. He's had that stupid woman, Ursula von der Leyen, in number 10, saying they're in lockstep with each other. And that's the first thing he's said that I actually believe. He does believe in the EU and he is in lockstep with the EU. And he doesn't give a shit if he has to betray the almost 17.5 million voters that voted to leave the EU back in 2016. He's trying to hold this announcement back until after the local elections because he knows how unpopular it will be. And on top of that, he wants to tie us in with EU defence. Basically, that's us defending Europe because Europe has no army to speak of at all. Apart from Poland, the armies in the EU are basically nothing, including their technology. And he also wants to tie us into a net zero policy, joint policy with the EU. And then align us with EU laws as well. Read up on this stuff. Read what he's doing. And for the love of God, don't vote Labour.